The views and opinions of this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers. There is substantial risk of loss in trading futures and options, which you should carefully consider prior to trading. Well, let's take a snapshot of midweek trade. Plenty of volatility has been out there, especially as you look at the outside macro markets. The grain trade down a bit on Wednesday, mixed action in livestock. Let's get some perspective from Tommy Grisafi with Nesvik Trading and Ag Bull Media. Tommy G, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing well. I didn't have time to shave today. I'm feeling like you. Another 3 months, and I'll have a Jesse Allen official. I'm sure it doesn't make me look any skinnier here. Happy to be in Nashville. Congrats on our first 70-degree day. This is wonderful, and markets are moving. You said it right. Volatility is the key. From every single market I look at, they're moving.
Give me some perspective on these outside macro markets. There's been a lot of talk there. I know we got different moves happening in the stocks and just this whole inflation picture and some of the outside headlines kind of weighing in there, which we know that a lot of these macro moves can influence the ag commodities. So what are you watching this week in the macros?
Yeah, Bitcoin caught my attention. You take 7,000 off of Bitcoin. I mean, hey, you own one Bitcoin, you lose $7,500. It's down 4,000 or 5,000 today. That was up earlier. Watching gold. Gold just hit all-time highs last week, I believe, touching that 3,000 level. Extreme volatility. At one point yesterday, gold was down 60. Last night it was up 20 and then traded down 20, which sounds like a lot, but we're talking gold 3,000, not gold 500 like when I was a kid. So expect volatility. The bond market, let's talk 10 years. We were talking about 10-year rates are at the highest they've been in years at 475, 480, all the way down to 4.20 in the 10-year. You're going to hear pretty soon about people talking about refinancing homes or debt. Kind of comes at a good time when we're getting ready to renew some operating. Maybe we could pull those rates down a little bit. Could also help the housing market. But why have we had a flight to quality in the bond market? Because the stock market has had back-to-back bad days, starting at last Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. If we have a bad day today, you're going to catch people's attention. Now, the Dow Jones is still above 40,000. No need to panic. We're just having a correction. NASDAQ traded lower on the year as of, I believe, yesterday. NASDAQ yesterday or day before was lower on the year. NASDAQ this morning was up a whole bunch. And then Trump had his first cabinet meeting. President Trump had his first cabinet meeting. Very official. And then he gave comments about tariffs. He said, look for correct me, January, February, April 2nd tariff back on Mexico and Canada. So he's going to hit the automakers with the EU. Says he's not playing, so he's going to keep the tariffs on China, but we still have a good policy there. But wait, there's more, like a good infomercial. Zelensky is supposed to be coming to D.C., and we're going to sign something about mineral rights and everything else. Looks like this Ukrainian war is starting to end or get under control. That you see in the Minneapolis wheat, down 14 today, down 12 yesterday. Seeing wheat that everyone a few weeks ago, your Jesse Allen, your market talk, everyone's talking about the wheat corn spread. That sucker unwound. Mix all that in. That's the outsides. What are grains doing? Almost record long length in the funds in corn, and now corn's 25 cents off its high. I remember being caught a little corn myself and advising clients to sell it at 485, 490. All of a sudden, we're trading $5, 505. You feel silly. Trading back below 480 in March. Now, March is going to move to May. May will be front month here, moving the next few days if it already isn't. I mean, it kind of is. I'm still trading March, but clients in funds and whatnot, March options expired Friday. First notice date coming in here at the end of the week on all March futures. Extreme volatility. As a trader, I'm loving it. I'm making money trading small some days, and you get $40 move in gold. You got all these new contracts. You got micro Bitcoin, micro gold. You could trade any size, any flavor of anything you want. Traders love volatility. Farmers, Jess, you interview more of them than anyone I know, or at least brokers who talk to farmers. You have access to tens of thousands of farmers through the people you talk to. I don't know that they like this volatility. What do you think?
I think it's something that I come back to, the whether you like the volatility or not, we're stuck with it with all of this outside news. You brought up the tariffs. Originally there was this 1 month delay to March 4th, and then you mentioned some of the April comments. We don't really know what this tariff picture is going to look like and how it's going to impact the markets. You throw in end of the month here, traditional position squaring and all that volatility. I just bring it back to the thought of whether you like it or not, you have to be nimble with your risk management in times like this, right, Tommy?
Yeah, let's talk about risk management. United States government doing us a favor, helping us establish this February crop insurance level. We had a real healthy corn rally most of the month of February, pulling back a little bit, but we had enough days that we should have a pretty healthy crop insurance level. Friday being the end of the month, we can, give or take a penny or two. Let's say that D's corn's crop insurance level is 470. I had to go back and check on the beans. It's been a few days since I looked. I'm going to call it 1060 and no beans. It could be off by a penny or two, but figure 470, 1060. Markets are moving, but we've had so many days at higher prices that even when we pull back like we are today, it shouldn't affect the average. After you watch this video, you should absolutely be on the phone talking to a crop insurance agent. You should be talking to brokers about setting floors. You may have an account that's self-directed. Maybe you click the mouse yourself, but you got to combine forward sales, crop insurance, some puts, and go on with your life. I had someone ask me today, a good farmer, he said, could we plant 100 million acres of corn? Now, there's so much to talk about. We could have a half-hour show. We have the USDA Ag Forum, and the numbers they project, and those averages are usually bearish. It's just a starting point. It's not a finishing point. Last year, the USDA had corn yield at 183. They finished where? 179 or 177. That thing came way off, right? It's just a starting point, but they usually deliver bearish news at the Ag Forum. And you combine that, the corn seed salesmen are extremely happy. They've sold a lot of corn seed. And I don't think those numbers lie, Jess.
I don't think they do. It's going to be a big topic of conversation for the next several months ahead. How about that protein sector, Tommy? Kind of a mixed bag there. Decent rally in the hog market Wednesday. But any notes for you on the protein side?
On the egg side, I hear we're going to start importing eggs. This is wild. We're in America and we need to import eggs. I mean, it's just where we are. There's been a lot of sickness, and we need to talk about, how could we treat our flock? You bring up the word vaccines, and right now when they find infection or a problem, they're killing off a lot of them. Should we be treating them? I don't know. That's not way above my pay grade. But I can tell you, I like eggs. And when I go to the store, just regular good old fashioned eggs, $5, $6, fancy eggs, $6, $7, $8. A lot of people are looking for people who have chickens in the backyard, and they're going to a neighbor and say, if I got to pay this much, let me go down the street and help a friend. But probably going to hear more of that in Nashville. Do they let you have chickens? Can you have chickens in your backyard, Jess?
That I am not sure on that one. I would
you
have
will
to look up
you will
the
meet
city
your
codes
neighbors
on-
really quick. If you put chickens in your backyard, you will meet all your neighbors really quick, my friend. I predict that. All right.
Very true. Very true. Tommy, any final thoughts you'd share with folks as you're watching the markets here this week?
Man, there's a lot of stuff going on. We got USDA Ag Forum, 10 years on the lows, volatility. NVIDIA has earnings today. By the time you're watching this video, NASDAQ may be back up 300-400. Manage the risk. The government gave you help. I am so glad we have a higher price in corn. I've been running numbers for clients through some fancy spreadsheets I work with. Almost everyone's looking at a loss in beans, and they're looking at a profit in corn. Protect that profit while you can. Take a lesson from wheat. Wheat pulling back 40, 50 cents in the last 2 weeks. 2025 is going to be an active year.
Tommy, if folks want to reach out to you for a conversation there at Nesvik Trading and Ag Bull Media, how can they get in touch?
Go to the Ag Bull website, www.agbull.com. Ag Bull. Just Google Ag Bull. All my social medias. Of course, you can go to Nesvik website. I'm here in Nashville. The good folks, we love when people come visit us at the office here, right in downtown Nashville here at Nesvik Trading.
Tommy Grisafi, always good to chat with you, sir. Thanks for joining us on the show today. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jess.
Make sure to subscribe to the Market Talk YouTube channel. You can watch our latest interviews with top market analysts in the country, find bonus content, and much more. It's easy. Just go to youtube.com/@MarketTalkAg and hit the subscribe button. Or you can search for Market Talk Ag on YouTube.